Hello, I'm Eve with the baby's booty, and I would like to welcome you to our live stream tonight. We are going to talk about something that you really need to know, which has nothing to do with this alarm, by the way. Let me shut this up because it's telling on my onion rings that I had earlier. Shut up, you snitch. It has nothing to do with that alarm, but it's something that you definitely need to know before you bling your first shirt, okay? Or your first pants or your first bag. You definitely need to know this, okay? And we're going to get into that, and we're going to get into Blingfest, a really quick Blingfest recap. We have some announcements that carry over from Blingfest. We have announcements that are in pertinent information in regards to Blingfest, the next Blingfest, and all of that is going to be here tonight. So stay tuned, hold your hats on. We're in for a fun ride because when I tell you a heifer is tired, I am exhausted, but I had a wonderful time. I haven't hugged so much in so long until it is insane. I felt the love, and it was powerful to feel the love that was radiating through that room on both nights, both days. So we're going to go into that, talk about some of it because I'm not going to talk about all of it because you should have been there. It was a lot of fun. Okay. So I'm gonna jump in the chat really quick because I saw Miss Winnie Love said this was her first live. So Winnie Love, thank you for coming to hang out with us. I don't know if that's the um handle that you would prefer we call you, but right now YouTube is showing up with these weird handles that is the ad that you made your YouTube channel off of. So that's what I got to go by, my dear. But thank you for coming to hang out with us. Then we got Karen D in the house. I know who that is. Welcome, my dear. Thank you very much for being here and for your help and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. Then we got So Crafty in the house. Welcome. Hopefully you made it home safely. If you went home already, big hugs to you. I had fun with you as well. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And I'm just excited. It was awesome seeing you again. Then we have Lena Doyle. Hey, Miss Lena Doyle, welcome. And thank you very much for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. We also have Greg Barker. Hey, Greg, welcome. I love the new template, Greg. I wanted to bling it tonight. I saw it and I was like, ooh, I'm going to cut that out and I'm going to bling that tonight. It didn't happen. I stayed in bed. Hey, Donzel, welcome. No, I'm back home. Thank goodness I am back home. Hey, Linda Gray, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. And Greg, thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member as well. Mrs. Parker. Hey, Miss Parker, welcome. And Getting Crafty with Kelly, welcome. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. And Shay Shay, thank you for being a member for 19 months. Huh? What that boy done to my bell now? Lord have mercy. Hold on. Oh no, my thing is stuck. Well, oh, here's a backup. Holler! Yes, honey. Yes. I should have had the bell with me in Blingfest, and I did again. I didn't have it again. Let's see who else we have in the house tonight. Miss 140. Thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate you, my dear. We also have, I said hey to Linda Gray. Did I say hey, Miss Linda Gray? Hey, Miss Linda Gray. Welcome and thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I need some kind of something going on. I should have cut my pen on. Monique Johnson, welcome. Thank you for being here and for being a YouTube group member as well. Then we also have Miss Leanne Orion. Welcome, Miss Leanne. Big hugs. Did you make it home okay? Welcome and thank you for being a YouTube group member as well. It was awesome seeing you as well. And don't forget to tell Papa I said hey and give him a hug. Okay. And then we have Cheryl H. Hey, Cheryl H. Welcome. It was awesome. DB, welcome. Thank you for coming to hang out. Let's see, who else do we have? Sharon Davenport. Hey, Miss Sharon Davenport, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube group member. And it's good to know that you will be asleep. So get some rest because Lord knows I slept all night hard and I slept all day. So Crafty, a member for 69 months. Wrong bell. Holla. Yes, honey. Yes. Thank you so very much for being a member for 69 months. And then Miss J. Bryant, 44 months. Holla. Yes, honey. Yes, thank you so very much. And hey, Miss Marilyn, welcome. And Miss Nini, a member for 46 on. Yes, honey. Yes, thank you very much as well. I appreciate you. And let's see who else we got in here. Creative Notions. Hey, Creative Notions, welcome, my dear. Thank you for being here. We also have Geneva Coleman. Hey, Geneva, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube group member. I appreciate you. And Carla Thomas, welcome and thank you for being a YouTube group member as well. I appreciate you, my dear. Hey, Miss Martha Jordan, welcome. Hey, Fern. Fern, when I tell you my girl Fern turned up and turned out. Hey Fern, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I had a ball watching you have fun. That was fun. I had a good time. Nicole H, welcome. And thank you for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I appreciate you. Hey Barbara Bryant, welcome. Then we got Creative Kim, welcome. Thank you for being here. Sylvia Dinkins, welcome. And thank you for being here and for being a YouTube Hoop Group member. I got a couple more in me. Let's see. Let's scroll down. Karen and Mama Sakes Alive. She brought her mom, y'all. Karen, thank you so much for coming. And thank you for bringing mom. I had a ball watching the both of y'all have a good time, especially her, because she like took it on as if she had been there the last 2 years and knew exactly what to do and had a good old time. I enjoyed seeing her. So please let her know again how much I appreciated her being there and seeing her have fun. Thank you very much. That was an honor to have her there. So spilling the diversity, we shut it down. Remember for 28 votes. Holla. Y'all funny. Yes. All right, y'all. I'm gonna scroll. So I want, hey Betty Odoms, I want y'all to know off gate. Okay. So like apparently there's a video circulating out there of me dropping it like it's hot at Blingfest. It is AI. Okay. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe it if you see it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't believe it. Hey Patrice, hey Merlinda. I'm just saying, y'all, we had a really, really, really good time. Crafty girl, no worries. Thank you for being here. And thank you for hanging out. I look forward to seeing you as well again. We had a really good time. Greg Barker, remember for 28 months. Holla. Y'all funny. Y'all. So, anyways, okay. NJ, it was a great time for my first time. Truly enjoyed yourself. I had a good time with you as well. Thank you so much for coming. It was an honor as well having you there. Thank you. So let me know what y'all want to see first. Do you want to see what you need to know before you start blinging? Or do you want to see some Bling Fest stuff and then see what you want you need to know before blinging and then some more bling fest, or do you want to save the instruction for last? It's up to you, but I think we should do a little bit in the middle but a little bit of bling fest up front. What do y'all think? Let me know while I pull up one other thing just right here, because I definitely need to pull this up because I forgot to do it before we went live, so that y'all so that y'all can see some of this. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my God. I love it. I love it so much. Okay. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, the boots were booty, Miss Gail. Let's get it. Let's go. Andrea says, start with Bling Fest. I want to see what I missed. Bling Fest. Stuff you need to know. Bling Fest. Okay. Hey, EJ's daughter. Welcome. Bling Fest first. Okay. So a couple of things. Oh, and I also want to go over announcements in regards to Blingfest, but I'll do that after we show some pictures. Um, One of the cool things that we did this year for Blingfest that I hadn't done before is we have a photo booth, and we also had a 360 machine. A 360 machine, if you're not familiar, is the one where you stand on it and the camera rotates around, either one person, two people, three people standing on the little podium, and it takes a 360 video, and it's a lot of fun, and folks enjoyed that thoroughly. So I was grateful for that. So we'll be showing some of that as well. I have a couple of videos from the 360 that I'll show. But I'm going to start a little bit backwards and then go to, no. We'll start with um, we'll start with this. Let me see if I can't do it this way and share it. But I had a lot of fun. I slept all night and then slept all day. So let's share screen, and I'm going to share this. Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me make sure you can see it. Okay. So here is, I'm not going to start naming folks either because y'all know that's like the struggle sometimes. But let me see if this is going to work. Okay, so here's some pictures. This is from the dinner. This is from the dinner. Hey, Debbie, welcome. Let me see if that worked. Did that work? Nope, that did not work. Okay. So let me see if I can't do this. Actually, hold on. I'm trying to figure how to do this without doing too much. Okay. So let's go here and do this. Hold on. Okay. There we go. All right. And that's the folks waiting to come into the dinner area, which everything was held at one location. The dinner was at one location, which is also where everyone that chose the premiere ticket stayed. And also the um, dinner and the Blingfest was in the same ballroom. So it made it convenient for folks to not have to travel outside of the location where we were staying. So that was super cool. Let me cut my camera real quick, and that way y'all can see the pictures full screen. Um, so there's that. They are out there waiting to come in, looking all fancy and gorgeous. And then we have this one. Why is it not doing what I wanted to do? I should have done like a slideshow. There's some more folks coming in looking cute. Then we have waiting at the tables, waiting to be served. We have the first course, which is the salads, had started coming out at that point. And while some were sitting and talking and getting acquainted with each other and all of that, some were taking pictures, which is awesome because the pictures were gorgeous. Look at how, I mean, model status. Okay. There was so much model status in here until Tyra Banks need to really be making phone calls to the folks that was there, because that's just how just gorgeous, off the rack, just beautiful how they look. It's just absolutely gorgeous. So chef's kiss to all of the beautiful outfits that were there, and just the love that everybody showed. Miss Marilyn was looking super cute, super pretty in her sequin. Who is at the end? Miss Gail, I told you I ain't naming no names. We had a lot of new folks that came. It was awesome to see and meet new people. Because Miss Gail, the way my brain is working right now, I'm so tired. I don't even know who this is right here. I just know she was hot both days with 14 outfit changes. I'm just saying. So it's like I just know she was hot mama. Okay, thigh action. You see what I'm saying? I can't. And then we have more poses. Loved seeing the bling. The bling was on and popping. It's like everybody came in the icy. Okay, everybody came in the icy. It seemed. What did I say? What was the question? For has you not getting this? Did she not? Did Fern not? Hey, creative with Tuck, welcome. And then here's another picture. I just pulled a few random pictures. We also had a professional photographer there. We had a photographer there, our own personal photographer, Miss Karen D, had brought her equipment and snapping these gorgeous, the pictures that you're seeing now, these are all from Karen D. So her beautiful photography skills were there. We also hired a separate photographer as well to come and take individual pictures, and some other pictures for promotional purposes. So you'll see those pictures in about a week come out. So be on the lookout for some of those. But those attendees, anyone that came and attended within about a week, you should be getting a email with the link to those pictures in it. So please be on the lookout for that. But yes, it was gorgeous. We had a lot of fun. Um, it was just a lot of fun. We also had opportunity to take multiple group photos, which was fun. Um, we got that coming up right here. Let's see. Let's see this one right here. So this was awesome. Look at, and this isn't everybody. This is not everybody, y'all. I think this might be half. Um, no, it's not even half. That's not even half the folks. So um there's that. Let's see what's this one. Okay. And we also had the supervisor came and made a debut. And so the debut came and he wanted to make sure that, everybody was dressed properly and that everybody had on what they were supposed to have on. So he came to check that out. He had to wear white just to stand out and make sure that y'all knew who he was. So he came through and hung out. And then we had another group picture right here. Yeah, we had to split everybody up in order to take these pictures. We sure did because it wasn't big enough, but it was a lot of fun. Um, so those that were there got to meet the supervisor up close and in person and get high fives and fist bumps and stuff. And so we had a really, really good time. That's a beautiful picture too. I love the pictures. And Miss Evelyn's still in Charlotte. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. I should have came back and hung out with you for a minute, but I slept. I swear I slept. Um, but yeah, the pictures, everybody. I mean, the red was so stunning, y'all. It was so stunning that I cannot tell you how many times I was stopped in the hallway, both days actually, with people asking, "What is this? What are y'all doing?" Blah blah blah. It was really cool to see. Ooh, Patrice. No, no. Um, and then that's my little fit and my little boots. My hat and my boots came from my daughter. She bought them for me from Mexico. And then the mister had his smoker's jacket on, looking smixy. I was like, okay, okay, smoker's jacket. And then of course the power couple looking amazing, looking good. Had a good time with see, I can't even think of her name. That's how tired I am. I'm just kidding. Angel B and Clarence. And then, just the smiles, the hugs. It was amazing. And then for those who, may have considered coming and might have wanted their spouse to come, the spouse was like, I'm not coming. Da, 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 da. No, there were men folks there. Okay. Men folks were indeed there in the house. And so here's the men folks. Some of this isn't even all of them. This is not all of the men. So you'll see a couple of more in the other pictures. But that was just briefly few from the dinner. From the Bling Fest itself, everybody received quite a few things. A lot of things I forgot. I still forgot something else, y'all. I'm not even lying to y'all. It was something else I forgot. And when I got home, I was like, man. So they received LED bracelets that say Bling Fest 2025. The tools to bling with were there, even though I was short my brushes. It was funny. And they all received another gift, a special gift. Last couple of years was a diamond. This year was a little bit different because I wanted folks to be able to get through security. Um, and maybe one day you'll get to see what that gift was. Everybody also received a gift bag with a new color in it, and two shirts to bling, and some other little gifts that I gave them from, myself personally. And then we had um, more pictures from Bling Fest, folks waiting. The mister is setting up the Bling boutique back there, trying to get things together. Um, because at the Bling Fest, we do sell stones. If somebody wanted extra stones and didn't bring a specific color that they might have wanted, but looking cute in their bling shirts, sitting at the table. Let's see. There's another set of smiling faces there. A lot of first timers that were brought because of someone who attended last year. And so, that was super cool. And then we've got quite a few folks that it was their first time this year. They're planning to bring somebody next year that it's never been. So it's contagious. The fun, the camaraderie. It was a lot of fun. You'll see a lot of similar faces, and then you'll see and find out over time how many folks were actually formed, close knit bonds, because of attending Blingfest. And so we had a really, really good time. I can't even, I can't say that enough, how much of a good time we had. And so I look forward to anybody else who chooses to come and hang out with us at Blingfest. We do bling. I had um, templates that I personally cut. People were able to bring templates that maybe they had for themselves, which several did bring their own templates from home. We had some that brought, like, one person brought her entire rhinestone collection, which was awesome and funny at the same time because she was serious about what she was finna do. The damage she was finna do at Blingfest, she was prepared. Okay. So that was cool. That was funny. Um, those that may not have known how to bling before, they were taught. I didn't teach them, but they were taught. And the smiles on the faces of those who bling for the very first time was amazing. Amazing to see that. So, it was an honor to have everyone there and spreading the love and the fun that is rhinestones. Everybody had lunch. You see the white boxes. So lunch was provided. Um, at the Bling Fest, and then there were hat presses for those who might have wanted to do hats or sleeves or something like that. And then the regular heat presses were there, for those that wanted to, you know, that were there, of course, to make shirts or what have you. And then, of course, here is a quick picture of the photo booth area, and the 360 machine was side by side. We also had props. Um, we had some cowboy hats, we had some shades, we had some bling chains for people to wear in the 360 machine and the photo booth. So hopefully those will be shown over time. So here's like another three. This is a photo of them being in the photo booth. So I appreciate that picture because that was super cute and fun. If you did the photo booth and you enjoyed it, please let me know that you had fun in the photo booth. And then again, eat, sleep, bling, repeat. Can't have Bling Fest without that template. So we brought that template. I brought that template to make sure that it was there. Um, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. The bling was out loud and proud. We also had, like I said, the tools. We had the tweezers and the scoops and the brushes and stuff for people to use. We had the tape. Um, this right here was, I needed y'all to see this, okay? Because more than just me needed. As a matter of fact, I'm finna zoom in, okay? Look at these shoes, okay? Look at the shoes. Look at them. Look at the shoes, okay? Hot mama status. All right. If you didn't know that hot mama status is at Blingfest, they're at Blingfest. Okay. Oh my God. We also had fans. I brought fans, but I was going to make fans for the Blingfest and I ran out of time. I couldn't make fans. But several brought fans. I also brought blank fans to give to everyone. So everyone got a fan that I'm aware of. We also had, okay, so we had Bling Fest up until 5 o'clock. From 5 to 7 was like downtime where people could go grab dinner, do whatever they wanted to do, relax if they needed to, what have you. So from 5 to 7, that's when this picture was taken. A lot chose to stay and keep blinging. I was fine with that. We didn't kick anybody out. I did ask people to make sure they go get something to eat, but so we had a DJ that that played for us for the Bling Fest. But then one of the attendees that came, her husband came and DJ'd the after party. And when I tell y'all the after party was intimate and it was lit. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of I asked for photo booth pictures of the shirts that were made and stuff like that. So we'll be sharing those as time goes. Um so that you guys can see it. But it was fun. But that after party, when I tell you he had it crunk, which is probably where that AI video came from that I was telling y'all about. It's totally AI. Okay. And then so here's another gentleman that was there. So they came and had a good time. And then here's outfit change number 14 right here, looking hot and smexy. I'm just saying. Oh, I'm telling y'all, it was a trip. Outfit change number 16. Okay. So yeah. And then here we go. We've got another after party. We're packing up at this point because I see my box and the hand truck in the background. So we're packing up right here. This was last night after the after party. So we did have a lot of fun. I can't I somebody said something earlier that really struck home. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Blingfest don't owe me anything. Blingfest owes me nothing because I'm worn, slapped out, and I had a really, really good time. So, really quick, I'll go over some of the announcements that were made at Blingfest. It's only a few. Um, and then I have a couple more announcements that I'll give after I talk to you guys about what you need to know before you start blinging. Something that I don't think I've ever discussed this before with you guys about doing rhinestoning, and you really, really, really need to know this. And it actually was brought up in the Facebook group today, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I don't know how many people know this, and you really shouldn't be when you start doing rhinestoning. Yes, there's a lot you need to know about rhinestoning, but you need to know this first before you even turn on the heat press. Okay, so we'll get into that here in a minute. But one of the announcements that I definitely wanted to make before getting into the main Bling Fest announcements is that we released colors at the Bling Fest, and I made that known to you guys ahead of time that there were going to be two new colors introduced at Blingfest. And what it actually ended up being was 6 new colors introduced at Blingfest. So it's not just 2 colors, there's actually 6 colors. So the new colors that we had, the one that was um, in their box was Icy Ruby. And this is Icy Ruby. As you see, it is like a deep blood red. All of these are on the website. All of these are on the website. So you'll be able to see them. There's only 2 colors that I don't have right here in front of me to show you. So forgive me for that. But I hadn't made a candy tray for them yet. Um, Actually, it's 7 colors, Miss Joyce, not 6. But so there's the Icy Ruby again. That's Icy Ruby. All right, so that you can see it. All right, and then the other, which is not my favorite, but it's real close. This one is Icy Onyx, and it's a much darker. Let me see if I can't get this thing to do right because I want y'all to see. I wish you, well, you kind of can see it right there, how it's reflecting those colors. But Icy Onyx is a dark, 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 but diamond. It's a clear, not clear, that's the wrong word. It's a crystal. So you can see through. It's not like a jet black where it's a completely colored stone. Um, so black diamond is its lighter version. but not quite, because black diamond doesn't reflect the colors like this. It's just, I don't know how to explain this icy onyx. It's so pretty. It's a very pretty black. Okay. And then we have icy. Oh, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. I'm wrong, Miss Joyce. It is 6, not 7. And then this is icy apricot. Kind of look like my skin tone color right there. Ain't it crazy? Let me come on, let's unblur. Let's unblur. Can you zoom in on that? Yes, thing. Come on, not me. On this. I'm hoping y'all can see that. It's zooming in on the background, but it's icy apricot. So nice peachy color. And then we also showed, so that's 1, 2, 3. We also have an icy glass, which is number 4. I'm showing in one color, but I'm doing that to keep track of something. So icy glass is color number 4, because ruby, onyx, apricot, glass. Then the other clear stone, it's clear, is icy glass AB. So that's 5. And then the icy glass and the icy glass AB, I don't, like I said, I got to make the candy tray and stuff for it, but you're looking at, um oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. You're looking at steroids on the clear stones on steroids. The bling is a trip, but you normally put over sublimation. So very, very pretty. And then my new absolute favorite color, I absolutely love, is number 6, and that's the icy penny. Icy penny is so pretty. That's about like my skin tone color right there too. My goodness gracious. This is icy penny. Look at that. Look. Oh, thank you, Icy Penny, for doing what you're doing right now. Look at that. Look at it. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my gosh. It is so pretty. This is Icy Penny. Look like a bunch of little shiny pennies, don't it? It is so pretty. Absolutely love this color. So this is my new favorite. It's Icy Penny. And so that's one of the announcements that was made at Blingfest. So hopefully you guys will enjoy these new colors, and that you'll get a lot of really good use out of them. They're all icy colors. So, you'll be able to, and we have a couple of other colors coming out soon. So be on the lookout for that as well. But with these, the ices, I mean, people were stopping us at the hotel. Like, those are pretty. We love your shirts. That looks good. What are y'all doing? How do y'all do it? How can we come get in? It was amazing. It was really cool. The bling actually spoke for itself. It really did. So hopefully you guys will be able to make it next year and be able to see all the excitement that is the Bling Fest, and bling right along with us. Now let's get into really quickly what you need to know if you I can only see it from my house. I know, my love. I know. What you need to know before you start blinging. Okay. Um, and I'm going to pull up an image. I was supposed to print this out. Guess what? Tired. So I didn't do it. But I'm going to show it to you. Let's see. Where is this one? Let me see. Home. Let's see if I can't find. Oh, you know what? Let's look right here. Let's go on. What's the name of this website? Let's go here, because hopefully if it's here, then those who have a if those that have a what's the name of this thing? Creative Fabrica account, then you can come on here and get it from here if they have it. Let me see. So far I don't see it. They got everything else but, and if they do, oh wait a minute. That's kind of it, but I need the actual thingamabobbies, which I don't see. Okay. Well, let's see if we can't find it on Google somewhere. Who is this? This is Nope. I'm just gonna show it from. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry, y'all. So how are y'all doing? For those that came to Blingfest, let me know how you enjoyed Blingfest. If there's one thing you would take away from Blingfest to tell someone who has never been there, drop it in the chat what that would be. Drop it in the chat what that would be. Okay. Let's do this because that way I don't have to worry about it. And I'll see about getting it. Okay. Just go. Fellowship. I bling mugs. I never bling shirts. Where do I start for blinging shirts? I do have a heat press. Debbie. Okay, we're going to talk about the first step that I don't think I've ever talked about before. I don't think I have. Friendship. Enjoy the camaraderie. Camaraderie. Okay. Fellowship. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. It was, I can't stop saying it. I really can't because it's the truth. I had fun. Network and help newbies. Yes. Yeah. I'm always going to say meeting and getting to know the most wonderful crafting community ever. Yes. It it's amazing. Lifelong friends. Yeah. Like-minded people. Yes. Yes and more yes. Kind and genuine. Yes. Family love. Very much so. Oh yeah, no. No, there's no reason to judge because everybody starts from somewhere. So if there was judgment there, then you don't belong. So, and that's the truth of it. Getting new family members, I know, right? Get meeting everyone in person that we see in the chat, and also meeting the YouTubers in person. Yes, that is correct. C Mill said, "Fun, welcome." I'm glad you got to make it, Shar. Yeah, yeah, it was a lot of fun, sister crafterhood. Yeah. Yep. So let's get started. I'm going to zoom into this window here. Well, not the window, but the screen. Because unfortunately, I don't think we ever talked about this. Now, how many people know how to read a clothing label? How many people really know how to read and understand a clothing label? You may not, I don't know. But we're going to zoom into this because, oh my gracious alive, you have to know this. You have to know this. Being able to meet everyone and put faces to the name that support all of us. I'm truly thankful and grateful for this community. Yes. Yes. Somewhat, let's learn. You have to learn. You have to learn because this is the thing. A question was raised to me to the group, Facebook group today, where a person pressed rhinestones on a shirt and she said that she followed the instructions on our container. And she said the container says 350 degrees for 12 seconds, and it does. And she said it scorched the shirt. The thing is, yes, you can follow the instructions on the container, but what instructions should you be following first before you even touch that container of rhinestones? What instructions in the chat? What instructions should you be following first before you touch that rhinestone container? Yes, Miss Leanne, that is correct. Kindness and willingness to help each other, of course. You need to be listening to the shirt. Don't listen to me. Listen to the shirt. The reason why is because I don't know what you're putting those rhinestones on. That container doesn't know what you're putting the rhinestones on. And the stones, they just there to be put on something. They don't know what they're going on to. You need to know what you're putting those stones on, right? And the first place to find that is inside the shirt. Inside the shirt, because manufacturers or the makers of the shirt are supposed to put washing or care instructions inside of any garment, whether it's pants, whether it's a jacket, whether it's um anything. They have to put these labels. So anytime you see, let's zoom in a little bit, just a little bit. Anytime you see this symbol across the top, okay, the bowl with the water in it is obviously, it was not necessarily obviously, it's a universal in the US anyway. It is a standard symbol that this is a washing machine. Okay, so anytime you see this machine wash, that means you can wash it in the washing machine. Okay, anytime you, yeah, I said that too today in the thing. Then I was gonna get to that next. I was gonna get to that next because I definitely said it in the chat today. In my comment. But anytime you see this, you can wash it. Anytime you see this one with one dot means the first level. Okay. The first level in a washing machine is cold or no heat whatsoever. All right. So this symbol means you can wash it. You just have to wash it in cold water. This symbol means you can wash it, but you can wash it in warm water. It will tolerate warm water. It'll be okay. It won't damage anything to wash it in warm. And this one means, yes, you can wash it in hot water, or it's recommended hot water. Okay. And again, just like this one over here, it's plain. Normal washing is fine. But look, this one has a line across the bottom. That means permanent press. There is for those who wash clothes, because I don't like to, so the honey does it. But for those who wash clothes, there's a line up under this one that says permanent press. So this means you can wash it, but you need to wash it on the permanent press cycle. All right. And then this one means delicate. You can wash it, but it needs to be on the delicate cycle, meaning it's a very sensitive fabric. You want to be safe with it. It can't withstand the rigor of a normal wash. So the suggestion is delicate. And then this one is do not wash it at all. This does not belong in the water. You are not to wash this garment in the water, because if you do, you're going to damage it. Okay. So a big X means no. All right. And then this one is hand wash, a picture of a hand in the water, not the washing machine. You need to wash it by hand. This does not mean stick your hand in the washing machine. This means you have to wash it by hand instead of a regular washing machine. Okay. That's the first one. This tumble dry, this is a dryer. So you see a circle within a square, which looks like a dryer, correct? This is your dryer instructions. When it's filled in solid, no heat whatsoever. Okay. No heat. This one, you can dry it in a dryer, but you need to dry it on low heat. Again, the dots represent the levels of heat. Okay. And then the regular symbol of it right here. Evelyn, be safe, please, on your flight. This one means you can dry it like normal, no big deal. This one is the permanent press cycle on a dryer. This one is the delicate cycle on a dryer. And this one is do not tumble dry at all. It does not belong in the dryer. It will damage your garment. Don't do it. Okay. So usually when you're done pressing your stones onto a shirt, usually I will say, you can machine wash it, but it needs to be on cold cycle or delicate. I wouldn't recommend doing anything warmer than cold water. And then for your dryer, I say do not tumble dry it at all. I say lay it flat to dry, which is down here. This is regular drying. This one is using the dryer. So this is what I would personally put on a shirt that has rhinestones on it. And I would put this one, dry it flat. Okay, dry it flat. Okay, they also have do not wring, do not dry. So anything with an X, don't do it. Do not wring, don't do it. It's a big X. But these, okay, yeah, you can do it, but there's a way to get it done. All right. And then this one here, ironing. This is what's important, especially before you put any rhinestones on any shirt. You need to look at the tag in that shirt and see what this is, what the temperature tolerance is for that shirt, garment, pants, bag, hat, whatever it is. You need to see what the heat tolerance is. If it has this one low or this one do not iron, you cannot and should not be putting rhinestones on that shirt or pants or bag or hat or whatever it is. You shouldn't be putting that under a heat press. Why is that? It's because the heat press is a big old iron. It's a big, huge honking iron. That's what the heat press is. And when you look at the temperatures for these instructions, I downloaded them today. I didn't download them to my computer, they're on my phone. But in looking at the instructions, and iron setting, when the iron is on cotton, which that's what high temperature is, cotton, that is roughly 350 degrees, usually is what this setting is on an iron. And it says the max temperature setting on an iron is between 350 and 430 degrees. So you're looking at a high amount of heat. So if your garment has one dot on it, then you shouldn't be heat pressing that garment because it's not set to take a higher temperature. Okay? So that's you need to know this. You need to know what these symbols are, and you need to consider these before putting rhinestones on. We don't use steam with the heat press, but if your garment says do not iron, then you shouldn't be using it in a heat press, okay? So definitely check that out. And as Patrice was mentioning, you need to know what the temperature is of your heat press. You need to get a temperature gun. A temperature gun, I'll show you what a temperature gun is. A temperature gun, you can get it off of Amazon. And so you don't have to get like a child's thermometer or anything like that to get the temperature of your heat press, right? So, and temperature guns are not expensive, okay? So here's a temperature gun. Let me grab this. So here's a temperature gun, right? And the way it works is you generally, with mine anyway, you pull the trigger and the screen kind of comes to life and it'll show a temperature, because when you pull the trigger, you see this red dot. The red dot is measuring the temperature wherever that dot is touching. So right now, my hand, the temperature of my hand is, what's that, 92.6 degrees. So it gives an accurate representation of what the temperature is. So if I point it to, say, for instance, that vent back there, I don't know if the heat is on or not, but it says 76.3, right? So I can turn my iron on and point this to the surface of my iron, and it will tell me what the temperature is on the surface of the iron. I can use this and point it to the surface of my heat press, which isn't even in here. Then it will tell me what the temperature is on the surface of that heat press. Because especially, and I kind of hate to say this, because sometimes the heat presses that you would get off of Amazon can catch a bad rap, right? The first heat press that I ever got was off of Amazon, and it served me very well for a long number of years, but it did end up dying on me. So you kind of get what you pay for sometimes in the realm of heat presses, but you can set a heat press for 350 degrees, and you can measure it with one of these guys. And if you measure it with one of these guys, it may very well tell you that the temperature is not what you thought it was. You know, you might turn it on and then you go to measure, and you're thinking you set it for 350 degrees, but this thing registers it at 390. So what does that mean? That means your temperature is too high for what it is that you're using that heat press for. And you kind of, that's a thermostat issue with the equipment that you're using, the heat press that you're using. That's a thermostat issue. Um, Maybe you can work around it by dropping the temperature on the dial of the heat press, and see if you can find where 350 actually lives. 350 may actually live at 290. I don't know. You need to check, because every heat press is going to be different. It's not supposed to be. Each heat press is supposed to be set at that temperature. Another problem that will happen with heat presses is if the element, so there's a element in the top of the heat press that heats the flat surface below, and same with an iron. Well, sometimes that heat element is in the middle, and they want it is supposed to spread through the whole surface, the flat surface that's doing the pressing. But sometimes the outer edges don't get as hot as the middle. The middle could be 400 degrees, but the outer part could be 350, like it's supposed to be. You won't know. You'll never know. Most people don't have one of these to check the temperature of their equipment to make sure that it is operating properly. To be honest, I don't regularly check my heat press to make sure that the temperature I'm putting it on is operating at the correct temperature. It's the truth. So definitely see if you're going to be heat pressing. And this is for anybody. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you have a Stalls or Hottronics. I don't care if you've got the $150 special off of Amazon or the HDB Runt. You need to invest in one of these, because knowing the temperature of your heat press could mean the matter of safe heat pressing or burning your house to the ground. And I'm very serious about that, because if you have a heat press that's malfunctioning and it's constantly overheating, you wouldn't know that per se if you did not have one of these to check the temperature of it. And if it overheats to the point where it melts the wires and it causes a fire in the back of that heat press, then that's a problem, when you can prevent it by just regularly checking the temperature of your heat press. Okay. So unfortunately, the person who asked that question in the Facebook group, she said that it scorched her shirt, and she's just trying to find out what is the right procedure for what fabrics. So you need to, there's also another way to look that up. Let's share screen again. I'm gonna share screen right here, and there's more instructions that you can find. Like this one gives temperature. I think this is like max temperature or something that you can do with garments. But look these up. Look up laundry care charts, right? And if you look up a laundry care chart, then it can give you the information that you need. Let's find where is it? It was fabric. You see, did I look this up correctly? Rather, let's go here. Let's see, what does it say? Yeah, okay. No, actually. So you can look up what is in your garment, right? Because I think she said something along, or I think the person said, because I don't know if it was for sure male or female. I don't remember, anyways. But it was mentioned that there was nylon in it, and something else and something else. So you can look up care instructions for, say, for instance, nylon. And if that shirt has nylon in it, I remember in my research earlier, it was saying that nylon is one of those fabrics that you don't use high heat with. Is this, let me see. This isn't the one that I looked at, but Okay, this works. Let's go share screen. So for this cotton, all temperatures, you can dry on high heat or hang it to dry. You can iron or heat hot or steam. You just don't use bleach unless the shirt that you're good, right? I do not want a free book, ma'am. I appreciate you. Where's my X at? That is not. Whoop, we're not gonna do that. You know what? We're gonna do it like this. I'm gonna hijack the image. Nope, I can't hijack the image. So we're gonna do it like this. I got a trick for you. Hang on. I'm about to do a trick. Let's go right here. There we go. All right. Because I'm not downloading nothing. Let's see if it's going to do it. Wrong thing. Hold on, y'all. Oh, it's right here. There we go. All right. So, nylon, even though now it's blurry, but this one says tumble dry on low. Steam it or press it on low heat. So nylon is not something that you would use high heat with. So if you take a moment to look at the different things, the different, like Google, this shirt has 5% nylon. Can I iron it? Then oh Lord, I said Google and my phone lit up. So you can actually do that and see what you need to do in order to make sure that you can do rhinestones with this thing. I hate when I do that. I do that just about every time I share screen. All right. So yeah, you need to know that before you do rhinestones. You need to know what garment that you're putting it on, what temperature your garment can take. And then you need to know what temperature your press is. Okay. Because those two things will let you know whether or not you can put rhinestones on that garment or not. Okay. So do that little bit of research and make sure that you got that taken care of. I'll put a link in the description for this temperature gun that I use. I've had it for, matter of fact, let's be nosy and see how long I've had this temperature gun. My orders. Type in gun because this is the only gun I own. Oh no, it ain't. I got a tape gun and a glue gun. Funny. All right, let's go here. Nope, not that one. Not that page. Not that page. That's funny. I was just thinking about that the other day. There it is. I bought it August 16th, 2019. August 16th, 2019. It's $21. I don't remember paying that much. I might have. It's $21.24. And like I said, I've had it. I think I might have changed the batteries in it once. I need to use it more. That's for certain. But otherwise, it served me very, very well. So I'm gonna put this in the. Oh, you couldn't see that. You couldn't see it at all, but it's all right. I'm gonna put it right there, and then I'm gonna put a link in the chat. Alrighty, so there's that. Get you a temperature gun. Please keep an eye on your heat press at all times. Make sure the temperature at all times so that you know and can help you keep your studio, your crafting room, your crafting space, your crafting she shed. You want to keep all of this safe. You got a lot of equipment in here, and that heat press is definitely one of the main things that can burn everything to the ground. Between the heat press and the laser machine, you have to keep your eyes on both of those at all times. Okay, so please definitely get you a temperature gun. Yeah, they got some as cheap as $15. I only linked the one that I know I bought because I've used this. It served me well. You can go cheaper, you can go more expensive. It's entirely up to you. But I only dropped the link because I know this is the one that I have, and it's done great. I haven't had any issues out of it. Um, so let me go into, I don't know if this has sound. I don't think it does. I'm gonna share with you guys some of these. Let's see if this works. Oh, that's dope. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen with you. All right. I didn't know it would do that right now, but I'm gonna share this and let you see the it's gonna do a slideshow. Let me see if it's gonna move to the next 360 video or not. But here's a video. Yep, it's going through the different ones. Okay. So the 360 was fun. I definitely will have it at the following Blingfest, Lord willing. We have another one. So the Blingfest next year, this year was red, last year was black. The first year was white. And sipping crabs, I definitely, you probably gonna kill me dead for saying this, but your husband is always welcome. He always welcome to come to the after parties for sure. That was funny because when I tell y'all he messed me up. But anyways, like I said, AI. So Bling Fest next year will be purple. The color will be purple. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. There is no set required, like you're not going to be kicked out of Bling Fest if you don't wear the color. That's not what this is about. The reason we're asking for certain color themes for the dinner is because the dinner is a fun time to get together. And how often do we get to dress up, so to speak, and enjoy each other's company and have a good time? How often does that happen? Oh Lord, my babies had to do it manually because they didn't have the remote control. Oh my gosh. So that's my babies and the supervisor. Um, but yeah, the fun time that we have at dinner, and then when we do the photography, because I love having the photographer on deck. That is funny. How was I able to get that to do that? Anyway, sorry. The photographer takes pictures of everybody. That's what I have him there for. And oh my gosh, I am mad the supervisor has a video. I'm mad at that. Silly Billy. And so the unity that is shown by having a set color on everyone is amazing. You see the pictures, you see how beautiful everyone looked in the same color. It's just something about it, and it's, you go to weddings for people and the bride is like, okay, this is the color, and folks is wearing the color or whatever. But this is like that, but on a much funner level. This is for crafters. This is for us having fun. And it's just really cool to see the unity and how beautiful everyone is in their colors. So, yes, definitely come and hang out with us in your purple next year and have a good time. So, the other thing I definitely wanted to let y'all know about the Bling Fest, and I will um, pause the slideshow and we'll come back to it and look at some more slideshow here in a moment. Is there's going to be a significant change to the Bling Fest next year. All right. So next year, well, first of all, another announcement that we made at Bling Fest is that we have a website now. Well, it's being built. It's currently being built. It's actually already mostly done. What I was waiting on was um pictures from this year. Part of the other thing for the photographer that came this year. They had instructions to make some promotional type photographs so that those will be able to go on the website to show Blingfest for what it is and what all is done at Blingfest and the fun that you can have at Blingfest, all of that jazz, right? Promotional. And so now when people would ask about Blingfest and what is Blingfest, you know, and I'm like, well, Blingfest is blah, 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 blah. Now we can say go to blingfest.com, or I can't even remember what my URL is right now, but it's Blingfest. Um, and then that way they can see for themselves what is involved with Blingfest and be able to get the information that they need. So yes, we will have a separate Blingfest website um, soon. All right, hopefully before the end of the year we'll have it up and going, because like I said, it's going to be another week before I get the pictures back from the photographer. I also mentioned already we brought out 6 new colors that we showed at the Bling Fest. That was also an announcement. The other major announcement that we're going to have with Bling Fest is that there will no longer be a premier ticket offered to Bling Fest. So the last 3 years we had a premier ticket. The premier ticket allowed people to be able to buy their ticket. It's all inclusive of, you know, your admission to Bling Fest, to the dinner. It also includes your lodging at the hotel that we chose specifically so that there would be transportation to and from the airport for those who may fly in. This year, it also include breakfast. Um, it include the breakfast for both days. It included the dinner, and then it included lunch for Blingfest. So it was a premier ticket that was all inclusive, but we're not going to offer that any longer. Um, we're going to have just the basic Blingfest ticket, which would include your dinner for Friday night, and it will include might include the lunch for Saturday. I think it will, because the lunch and the dinner really isn't too much of an issue for what we've been doing, but it will no longer include the lodging. What we hope to do with that is what we're hoping to do is allow more flexibility for those who wish to stay elsewhere. Maybe, for instance, you have points with whatever hotel brand that we're not hosting the Bling Fest at, and you want to use your points to stay. Um, and you can do that. But it also, what it will do is it will allow me to take some things off of what I'm responsible for and what I have to do. Because usually up until this year, it really hasn't been difficult for the most part. It really hasn't. But I think it would be in the best interest of everyone if you are responsible for your own lodging, which will also mean that you will be responsible for your own transportation to and from the airport, whether that be Uber, cab, rent a car, I don't know. Um, this will allow people, Bucky's, oh, cool. I told you Bucky's is awesome. Bucky's is awesome. Does a new baby count if it's inherited? Of course it does. Of course it does. It's still a new baby. What that would also do for you guys is it will allow you to I mean, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. If you wanted to come in a day or two early, you don't have to worry about me. You don't have to worry about checking with me. If you want to check in early, you don't have to worry about me, get me involved, any of that. It's all on you, and you'll be the one to handle that. Also, and Miss Jess, let me know what it is so that I can ring the bell for you. So that I can ring the bell. Oh my gosh, I wish I could pause and show y'all this video. I can't pause the slideshow. Um, Simplification. Yes, it does make it simpler. Yes, it does make it simpler. Um, so yeah, because one of the things that I ask in the documentation, that I give to everyone just before going to Blingfest, the week before Blingfest. Oh, Greg, no, you didn't. I get a P2. Congratulations, Greg. Holla! Y'all funny. Yes. Congratulations, Greg. That's what's up. We have to do a laser project. And Jess, the Brother XL 2600 ice on machine. Holla! Y'all funny. Yes, congratulations. Congratulations. But yeah, one of the things that I definitely there's a lot that I try to I was trying to make your part seamless by doing the premiere ticket. I didn't want you to have to think about anything but showing up, right? And if there were any problems with your stay, with your food, with your whatever, that and I mentioned this in the email that I send to you guys the week of Blingfest, is if there are any issues, come to me, because this is I put this on me to handle it, to take care of it, to do whatever needs to be done, because I have been communicating with this whole establishment for months prior to the Blingfest, and they are under contract with me to make sure that they are doing what they're supposed to do, and that I'm providing what I told you guys that I would provide, the service wise. So whenever there's an issue that goes outside of me, that's not that's not good for you, and it's definitely not good for me. Um so there should be so by simplifying the process, if you have any concerns, if you have any issues, that's going to be between you and wherever it is that you stay. Um, and that's pretty much how that's going to go down. Um, Also, we will probably be having more security at Blingfest for a number of different reasons. Um, because it just needs to be. My whole goal, the Bling Fest, when people are asking, like they were in the hallway, people that I don't even know, what is Bling Fest, and we're referring them to the website. Anything that is experienced at Bling Fest falls under the name of Bling Fest. Okay. And it's very important to me, because I have standards that I adhere to that will not ever be tolerated at Blingfest. It just will not. Period. In the discussion. Um, and to challenge that feels very disrespectful, and to challenge that can can I'm not going to tarnish the reputation of Blingfest, or allow anyone to tarnish the reputation of Blingfest. Let me change that so say it correctly. So we're gonna have some security and make sure that everyone feels safe, make sure that everyone that has paid to be there is there, so that it's fair to everyone that is there. And I mean, I just need folks to really reason and to really think about the choices that they make, because that's part of, and honestly, that's part of the reason why. So the main reason why we would keep the location secret and not tell anyone is to add to the excitement of the Bling Fest. Because if you don't know where you're going, or you know what you're going to be doing for the most part, but you don't know where you're going, and you're just excited to be there and all of that jazz, and you find out at the last minute, and then you get there and it's just like, wow, this is awesome. Like you can't look it up ahead of time to see what it looks like and all of that cool thing. That's why I started it that way. I wanted to have that excitement, that mystery of what's been going. If you've never heard of a dinner in Blanc, that's based what it was based off of, which is why the first Blingfest was all white. It was based off of the dinner in Blanc experience. When you register for a dinner in Blanc, you don't know where you're going until, if I'm remembering correctly, in most instances, it was the day of. It wasn't even a week, the week of, it was the day of is when you found out where you were going. And that was, a lot of people absolutely loved that experience, and so that's what I was building that off of. But the other part to that is trying to make sure that the integrity of the Bling Fest is upheld. And so if a person, this person pays for their ticket and this person doesn't, and they're both at the same event, that's not fair to the person who paid. It's just not. And of course, the only exception is if I choose to bring in a guest for whatever reason and they're in attendance. That's the only exception. If I don't bring you in, then why would you feel it's okay for you to be there? Because I guarantee you that if this person who may try to come had paid and they found about somebody else, or they found out about somebody else that came in and didn't pay, they'd be upset and feel slighted some kind of way. Well, why did they get to come? I had to pay. Why didn't they have to pay? Does that not make sense? Does that make sense to you? I would hope it would make sense. And I know my husband is back there like, okay, get off of it, get up. No, I'm very serious. I'm very serious. I'm so serious it makes absolutely no sense, because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. And so for me to feel like I needed to be a different character than what I'm used to being, it wasn't a pleasant feeling. It's not a pleasant feeling to even think about that, right? So we'll be having security. You will know, there will be no premiere ticket. We're still unsure on whether or not the location will be given out ahead of time. We're kind of figuring that part out. But there's a website. The website will, I'll give, some basic information about what all is available in the area, but it will still be in Charlotte. It will still go to airport, Charlotte Douglas International Airport, which is the 3-digit code CLT. That won't change. Oh, that also actually, okay, so here's the positive. I want to make sure we're ending positive. The positive thing is there have been locations that I have considered for having Bling Fest, and I didn't because they didn't maybe have a direct shuttle. So this opens up the opportunity for me to be able to have host the Bling Fest at a location that may not be quite as convenient, but is so beautiful that I think it would be worthy of Blingfest. Okay. And so, we'll see how the event locations pan out. We've already started scouting, um, and we'll be finalizing all of this. Our goal is by January 1, we'll have the new location and the dates. We already know the color, and we already know it's going to be in Charlotte area. Let me rephrase that, Charlotte area. But you'll always fly into Charlotte. We won't be very far outside the boundary of the Charlotte border. So those are the most important announcements that I needed to give to everyone ahead of Blingfest, because we had a very good time. It was a very wonderful experience. It was so awesome seeing everybody. It was awesome hugging and meeting people, and seeing people who this is now their normal. Our community is now their normal. And I'm not talking about just here on the Baby's Booty. We're talking about an expansive community of YouTubers, TikTokers, Instagrammers, the whole nine. We have quite a few folks that make up this community. It's not just me. And honestly, the Blingfest is not about me. It's about you all and having you all come together and having a good time. So and being spoiled and having some nice things waiting on you to do some rhinestoning with your friends and your new family. So that's what the Bling Fest is all about. So I'm going to see if I can Miss Joyce. So one thing that now I will say this, there is a Charlotte has an outstanding amount of service for people with handicaps or limited motion abilities, right? So I will take it upon myself to make sure that if you have mobility issues or need special assistance type of transportation, I will make sure that you have that information readily available so that those arrangements can be made at your choice, at your choosing. There's quite a few. I mean, there's a lot because I mean that's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to have options available, and Charlotte is no different. So, fret not with that. The shuttle isn't the end all be all. And the goal is not ever. So I understand transportation limitations, which is why I would have Bling Fest and the dinner in the same event space. And I hope to continue to do that. I don't, now we have in the past talked about, instead of doing a dinner at the event space, maybe a restaurant. Um, we'll see. We're still, this is future planning, right? For right now, Blingfest won't change, but this is future planning for on down the road on how Blingfest will look and how it will evolve. And we have to evolve it based on um, times and how things change. But it was absolutely necessary for me to change the rooming situation and allow you guys the flexibility to arrange your own rooming. Um, and that's not to say, like, for instance, I won't be, but if we were to have the Blinkfest at the same location next year, I'll let you know. This is where it's going to be. You can, if Ooh, let me hold on. Let me not say that because we've been discussing whether or not we'll let folks know in advance. That was one of the things that's a hot topic right now. We're still praying on that and trying to make the right decision on whether or not to say January 1, here's the tickets, and this is where it's going to be, versus January 1, here are the tickets, is going to be in Charlotte. And you just have to find, a place to stay in Charlotte. So we're still toying on that, but we'll see how that goes. And I'll be letting you guys know as time goes on. It's not going to be like, surprise, this is how it's going to be. It's not going to be that. But as it stands right now, just look for January 1, hopefully having a positive answer and a date. But that will not include a premiere ticket any longer. So that's how that's going to go. So let me come back to the slideshow. And then what I'll do is answer any questions you may have in regard to this new information. It's 10:26, so right at 10:30, and about after this slideshow ends, I'll show the new colors again. Like I said, we released 6 new colors at Blingfest. I had hoped to have a shirt made or a shirt with the different colors on it so that you could see it on a shirt, but I didn't get around to doing that because I tell y'all, I slept all night. I slept all night and then I slept all day. And when I leave off of here, I'm going my butt right back to bed. So I'm gonna be, and it's raining outside right now, anyways, and so I know I'll probably start aching tomorrow. So I'm gonna get on my heating blanket and I'm gonna rest the next couple of days. But yeah, being able, like Andrea says, concentrating on Bling Fest will definitely help. So that I could, do more things. Like I said, the photo booth and the 360 is ours. The photo booth and the 360 belongs to Bling Fest now. So, and then I want to, oh my gosh, I have to give a major shout out to a couple of people that without them, this would not have been possible. Number one, I want to give my whole heart, and I'm trying really hard not to tear up right now. Wholehearted, thank you so much, Heavenly Father. Thank you so much for my mama. Okay. My mom, I love her. I love you, mama. Thank you so much. Thank you so, 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 so very much. Without my mama, this wouldn't have been possible. Um, and ultimately, though, God, without my Heavenly Father, it wouldn't have been possible, of course. But my mama, right there. Okay. And then Robin's Creations, y'all, oh my gosh, when you try to have everything just so and try to have, stuff laid out the perfect way, and something always, it's always a kink in that cog somewhere. When I tell you Robin's Creations came through like a champ for me, and then she was like, you know what, just keep it as a gift. And I was like, Lord Father, I can't, the emotions surrounding all of it is just team too much. And she, you know part of her will live with Blingfest for forever, whether she wanted to or not. As a matter of fact, soon as I get a chance, I'm gonna wrap it and dedicate it to her, and it's going to stay a part of Blingfest. But our 360 machine and our there's my love right there, Robin. My 360 machine and my photo booth is now a Blingfest photo booth and a Blingfest 360 machine. So whenever you come to Blingfest, just know you're going to get to have some fun on the photo booth and on the 360 machine. So why is this glitching like that? It's so annoying. But y'all, look, we had a really, really, really good time. Really good time. Oh, and if you did the 360 machine or the photo booth and you did not get your pictures, or if something happens to your pictures, I will have a link that you guys will be able to come back to at any time to get your stuff, because I still have photo booth pictures that you guys that weren't there haven't seen yet. And then of course folks haven't seen each other's photo booth. Let me see if I can't pull up a couple of them. Hold on, y'all. Because when I tell y'all, let me see if I can't send these to myself so that you can send them, so that you can see them, um, and see how cute they are. They just turned out so adorable. I absolutely love it. And if you did a photo booth picture that you want to share, send it to me real quick. You can email, well, don't email it. Yeah, you can email it. Email it to thebabiesbooty@gmail.com, because I got time. We got 30 minutes. And then I'm going to show the ones that I have really quick if I can find them. Oh, here it is. Oh, these are so cute. Y'all, the photo booth was it. Okay? The photo booth was it. Let me see. Let me see. How am I going to share this with y'all? Let me do it this way. So the photo booth, you could do there was a couple of things. There was a couple of things with the photo booth. You could do the 3 pictures, take 3 back-to-back pictures and do a 3 picture thingy. Sorry, there's 3 things. You could do, actually, let me back up. The photo booth, you could do 1 single picture and that's that. Or you could do a 3 picture in one. So it would take 3 pictures and give you 1 picture with 3 pictures in it, right? But the 3 pictures in one, also you could do what's called the GIF, where it moves. You know what I'm trying to say. So we have that built into the photo booth too. And I'm hoping we can do a couple of more cool things with the photo booth as time goes on. But the GIF thing was really cool. It was cute. So I'm going to show that here in a moment. Um, once I get these sent to myself so that you can see them. I should have uploaded these to like my Google Drive before, but I forgot. Let me see. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. Okay, let me stop sharing because that's the slideshow. It's going to start over again. And then I'm going to send this to myself so that you can see it. But yeah, if you send me yours, you can. If you want to. If you don't, it's no worries because I do have a couple of them myself. Let me see. Which one is this one? Is that the same one? No, this one's different. No, that's the same. Hold on. I wish I could it was supposed to be a thing where it, let me see if it came on here actually. You know what? Hold on. And it didn't. That's why I had to learn how to I had to learn all this stuff with this photo booth thing because I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I had never done a photo booth before, so I didn't know. But it looked like it tried to show me everything. Hold on. But it didn't. That's crazy. Okay. So I'm gonna show you this one. I ain't unpacked either, Andre Butler. Everything. Everything. My luggage, my bag with my clothes and medicine and heat presses and everything is still out there in the vehicles, because we had to bring 2 vehicles in order to get this done. Everything is still out there. Everything. Isn't that cute? Let me drop me down. Isn't that so cute? Let's tell you. Look, and then here's the GIF. So it took this picture and it took these 3 pictures and turned it into the movable picture thing. So I thought this was so cute. This was absolutely adorable. I loved that. That was I think out of everything, the photo booth was my favorite. So let me see if I can't grab the next one. Because oh, wait a minute, what's this? Okay, that's that. Oh, not the right thing. Okay. I wish I knew how to get to it. Otherwise, you shared it on the Facebook page. Okay, that works too. Hold on, let me go to Facebook. I know I loved our picture too. Our picture was so super cute. It was so super cute. Oh, here's another one. Hold on, let me share this one. Here's another one. I know, Tanya, it was so cute. Look at that. I absolutely love this. Look at the attitude, man. Like fierce. And then she got to show a shirt. It turned out so cute. And then I love the fact because we were able to we got the date down there so that you remember what year yours, your picture was taken. So it's like, y'all. And when I tell you, I was sitting here going through these 360 videos and photo booth pictures, and I have smiled so much and laughed so much until my face hurts. That's how awesome it was. My face is still sore from smiling and laughing and all the fun that we had. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And like I said, I've been trying really hard to do this show tonight and talk myself out of being emotional. Probably more emotional than ever because of being tired, but it was just oh my girl. My girl. Here's another one. Look at that. What I say? That's Azure. I think that's Azure. Yeah. I love it. I love it. So, Eric, if you took the time to do the photo booth, you have your different things. So it was like Leanne says she ain't unpacked either. Yeah, you sent your okay. Yeah, it's just I'm so grateful to y'all for coming and loving on us and loving on each other. I am so grateful. I am so grateful to y'all. You'll never really fully know that ever, actually. So let me see if I can't find any others. Oh, I tried it. You know what? I can show it right here from my phone though. I guess because let me see. Did I do it this way? It just ain't the same. Let me see if I can't send it to myself because it's not the same otherwise. Um on the pod is switched. Why? Okay, I'll check it in a little bit thing. Yeah, switch to manual. All right. This is what happens when you eat your some of your favorite things. I had onion rings and now my sugar is like you acted up and you know it. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's that picture. This is this picture. And I'm gonna share this picture to this. That's what I was doing wrong. Okay. All right, and then there's this picture, and I'm gonna share this picture to that. All right, so when you ain't super tired, you can figure stuff out. Share this picture to this. Okay. I think I have one more. No, I got three more. Got this one. Share this picture to this. And these are me, of course, because so the way it works, you stand in the photo booth and you can once you do your photo booth, you can send it to yourself by text message, email, or airdrop or QR code. But the internet in the banquet hall was so tough that it was hard to um, get the QR code to work. So, that's how that goes. But anyway, so there's the other one, us being silly, taking a picture. Oh my God. I loved it so much. I just noticed she had the hype me up sign. That's funny. We had a whole ball. I just it's just crazy because of how much of a ball that we had. All right, let me go to this one. Hopefully it'll show in the same screen. Of course not. It'll be right any other way. Is this the same thing? Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay. This one is not the same thing. It's another one, super cute. Look at the don't hate on the big bling. That's big bling right there. Big bling energy. That was one of the templates that I made. It said big bling energy. Isn't that cute? I love it. Oh my God, I love it so much. Um, yeah, we did bling until it was the last call, man. When I tell you we had a whole call. Here's another one. Troublemaker. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it's funny, I'm smiling so hard again, and my face is like, didn't I tell you quit smiling? But I can't help it. Hey, Heavenly Handmaids, how are you? And then here's another one. And of course, the fabulous Unbiased LLC. So, yeah, we had fun. Let me see, make sure nobody else, I'm not overlooking somebody that sent it in to me in a couple of minutes. Thank you, text message person. I just got your message. Okay, I don't have any other. don't have any others. Um, wait a minute. What's this one? Did I show this one? Hold on. Oh, what about this one? I think I showed this one already. Yeah, I showed it. Brandy, Brandy. Okay, let me see. Yep, that's it. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna show the colors real quick. I'm gonna show the colors and oh shoot, you can't see nothing with no screen. Oh my gosh, I did it again. Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Boop. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna show the colors again, and then we will get out of here because I hear the rain and it's making me sleepy all over again. Um, so I shoot for October because um I have a family vacation that we take every year that stems or that is the end of October, first week of November, depending upon how the year falls. And what that allows me to do is all the running around and the stressing and the going and the doing and the figuring and the planning and the da 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 da, it culminates. And so I have like this huge, overwhelming adrenaline, everything. I have fibromyalgia. So all of this energy and all of this comes to a head, Blingfest. And then afterwards, I'm usually out of it. I'm usually worn slap out. I'm usually tired. I'm usually down. I'm usually aching and all of that other jazz. Usually. Um, and I like being able to come from Blingfest and then just go on vacation and just recuperate. That's why I usually aim for this time of year. It's so convenient for my body. But um that's not to say that I would only do it right now this time of year. We've toyed with September, the idea of September. I've considered Labor Day, but I really don't know what folks normally do for Labor Day, and I would feel bad if I took Labor Day from folks from their other family members or whatever. I try my best to be considerate of others, no matter what I do, no matter where I go, you know. And for instance, there were some things with the event, the like for instance in dinner, you know, with service and being served and stuff like that, or other arrangements that I made with the hotel that didn't quite go the way I would have preferred. um and at one point I was actually frustrated with some a couple of things that took place. And you know what I had to do? I had to step back and say, how many times have I screwed up in something that I was doing for someone else? And know I screw up all of the time, even screwing up at Blingfest. Like I told y'all, I told everybody, I don't know how many times, y'all, I forgot about this. I forgot about this because they not only had their gift boxes, but they also had tote bags that couldn't fit in those gift boxes. I forgot about the tote bags. I had hat presses sitting out there on the thing. I forgot I brought hats for everybody. You see, there was just certain things where I'm like, and I know folks was like, "Oh Lord," but they understood that I was under pressure. I was working and under pressure, so I may not perform at my best because I'm trying to manage this amount of people at one time. And so there was grace given, and I appreciate that. So when I stop and reflect on how some one or two things didn't go the way I wanted it to go for the Blingfest dinner on the part of the hotel and the staff, what good does it do me to be mad at them? It does me no good. It really doesn't. And I could be all kind of upset. I could demand, because like that one of the things that I wanted to do, the slideshow that I just showed you guys, I wanted that slideshow being displayed on the monitor in the Blingfest event room, and I couldn't because the TV that I paid for didn't work. And then the lady came in and she was like, no, let me try and figure it out. So she tried to figure it out. We couldn't get it figured out. And I said, well, if it had a remote, maybe we could. And she didn't know where the remote was. And I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. It'll be okay. I'm not worried about it. You know, it was on the bill. I could care less. At this point, thus far, the Blingfest was great. It was fun. Everybody was having a good time. Everybody was still using the 360 machine, even without the slideshow being up on the monitor, right? And so I'm standing there and I was like, you know, I wasn't worried about it. Okay, so be it. And went on. And then she comes back in and she brings the remote. Kia tries again, and I'm naming her because Kia was outstanding, even the night before, because I remember Kia being there super early Friday for the dinner by herself in the Blingfest room, starting to fold napkins and make sure everything by herself, right? Early. And she was there till after late, you know, after the dinner. And then here she is back for Blingfest on Saturday. And she was trying to get the remote and change the channel on the TV and stuff. And we still couldn't get it to work. I said, Kia Bay, it's okay. I appreciate you even trying to help me with this. I'm trying to fix it myself with the cord and all. I couldn't. I said, you know what, Kia, it's gonna be okay. I'm not worried about it. It's going to be okay. I had to extend grace because what good would it have done for me to raise Cain and just pitch a whole fit because I couldn't play a slideshow when everybody else was still having fun? That didn't make sense. It did make sense. And then I get an email, you know what? We're not going to have that on your bill. And I was like, wow, how I didn't even ask for it. I didn't even ask for it. And they gave it to me. I didn't ask because I know I have screwed up many times. So I have to be willing to give grace because I'm not perfect. So I'm not going to expect these people to be perfect either. And so that's why I said it's just, you know, the Blingfest is a whole experience and it's humbling if you allow yourself to be humbled and if you allow yourself to see and understand that everything that goes on around you isn't about you, even though it felt like it was about me in a way because I took on that pressure for myself. But, you know, I'm trying really hard to fix that. And that's part of the reason why the hotel stays is not, I'm not going to absorb that pressure anymore, because I'm just me and is it would be, it's not advantageous and I need to simplify the whole Blingfest process. So that's why we're doing that. But as far as the date and the time of year, it's definitely going to be around this time of year. And the reason, and so let me explain also the reason why we chose this time of year is because Charlotte is a finicky city. Okay. So, like, we're not so far north that it's cold and we have extreme cold winters. And we're not so far south that we don't know what it's like to see snow. Right. But we're in the middle. And so our temperature, our average temperature is about 60. But this time of year, it's about 60, 70. The weather is usually pretty pleasant. Right now it's raining. But the weather is usually pretty pleasant. Matter of fact, we haven't had a Bling Fest with the rain yet. This is our third year. It's been beautiful every time. The weather has been beautiful every time. It hasn't been frigid cold and it hasn't been stifling hot. So we're trying to aim for, again, I intentionally do certain things, not necessarily because of me, but because I'm trying to think of other people. And I don't want folks traveling from these different areas coming into an extreme temperature change and getting sick and going back home sick because they're not used to this temperature or this weather or the big swing in weather. So if it's a nice median time of year, it helps, you know. And so I wouldn't do spring at all. I would not do spring in Charlotte because you would come, the whole plane would be yellow, you would be yellow, the Bling Fest might as well color be yellow because everybody will be yellow because the pollen here is ignorant. It makes no sense how much pollen we get here in Charlotte. So spring would not be an option here. I know too many people have allergies and hay fever and blah blah blah. No, not doing that. So fall was just, it was just perfect. I don't have to worry about it snowing and I don't have to worry about it being stifling hot. So this time of year is pretty much why we stuck with this. And then, like I said, because I could do September and then my vacation be further away, I would be okay. But I don't want folks to be hot and I don't want folks to be freezing cold either, if at all possible. So that's, pretty much why we do it that way. So, but anyways, that's what we have for that. And I again want to show you these colors, but I will definitely let you know the time of year or the date. You will know the date. That's not ever going to change. You will know the date. So as of January the 1st, that's when we're hoping to release the date. This year it was around mid-February. We're trying to get so good that we bumping this thing out January 1, you know what I'm saying? As soon as 2026 come in, you already know the deal. So that's the plan. But it'll probably be somewhere between Labor Day and the end of October, because it can't be after the end of October because you're going in November, and November does tend to cool down significantly more. We don't usually have bad weather, but it's significantly cooler, and I don't want to get folks arthritis acting up. So again, out of the 6 colors that we introduced at Blingfest, I only have 4 right here to show you. The first 2 that I'm going to mention is basically our crushed ice on steroids and our crushed ice AB on steroids, but to make sure that there's a differentiation between what it is, it's now icy glass and icy glass AB. So you can do crushed ice and crushed ice AB. Both of them are absolutely gorgeous. But our icy glass and our icy glass AB are both clear stones, and it's beautiful. Like, you, again, blinding. That's where the ices shine their best. Is just, they're absolutely gorgeous. And then the one that everybody was able to get in their bags, this is icy ruby. Icy ruby is more of a deeper red, burgundy-ish color. There we go. That's what I was looking for. That right there. Grab that light, girl. And so the icy ruby is absolutely beautiful. If you want that deep, deep red color, then this is what you want to go for. And now check this out. This is the icy ruby, and this is the icy jade, which is also kind of new, but we introduced this a couple of weeks ago. Look at that. Look at that. Look where we at with that. Look at that now. Come on. Come on. Tell me this ain't it. Tell me that ain't it. That's pretty. That's pretty. That's super pretty. Okay. And then we also have icy apricot. Icy apricot is a nice, beautiful peachy color. Super gorgeous. Look at the clarity. Look at that clear glass reflection there. You can't, the icy, it has to be a certain type in order for me to put icy on it. I'm just saying. And and my dad was like, oh my gosh, it's just, all the shirts, they just sparkling, and they so shiny, and they were so shiny. My dad went home and wrote a song about it, y'all. I ain't even tell my husband about it yet, because like I said, I woke up, looked at it, and was like, my daddy a trip, and went back to sleep. You hear me? So hopefully we can get his song done and I can share it with y'all. The sparkling was so intense for him. He wrote a song about it. Okay. I'm just saying. Anyway, I'll let y'all know about that later. But here's my next to favorite. This is, let me see if I can't get it to show. This is Icy Onyx. Come on, baby. He was doing great a minute ago. Come on, you gonna focus for me? Why are you not focusing? Okay. This is Icy Onyx. Let's see if we can't focus on that. You gonna focus for me? Or you gonna be a jerk? You gonna be a jerk? It's gonna be a jerk. Okay. But the picture is on the website. This is Icy Onyx, and it's a black crystal. Deep black crystal. Very, very pretty. Darker than obsidian. And then we have Icy Penny. And Icy Penny is just, see why Onyx wouldn't cooperate like that, because the penny is just center stage. Look at all those pennies. Look at all them brand new copper pennies, all them brand new Lincolns, man. Don't play. Don't play with me. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is insane. I love icy. I love icy penny. When I saw this, I screamed when I got this. So yeah, this is my favorite. Out of all the colors, this is my favorite now, icy penny. So all of them are on the website now. Don't ask me about it being in the buy-in because it's not going to be in this buy-in. Okay, it's not going to be in this buy-in. But it is on the hotfix.store website as of now, and I'll check and make sure because I'll check and make sure that the stock levels are what they're supposed to be. Because I haven't had a chance to go back, check my inventory, and update them. But we do have them. So thank y'all for coming to hang out. It's 10:58. The buy-in starts on the 31st of October. So this past buy-in should be starting to roll out here shortly. They're definitely going to have to be out the door before we leave to go out of town. I am seriously considering shutting the website down while we're gone, or putting at least something up on the website to let you guys know we're out of town. Everybody is going out of town. The family is going. So I'll let you all know, but I'm not going to be here. My daughter is not going to be here. She's going to be out of town with me. And it's a 2-hour drive. We're not going to be able to come back and forth to get packages out. Kind of defeats the purpose of a vacation. So just an FYI and a heads up, and I'm probably going to put something on the website to let y'all know that we're actually going to take some time and go away, and just not do the back and forth thing if we can at all help it. So there's that. A heifer needs a break. So thank y'all again. I absolutely enjoyed Blingfest. Despite anything you might have heard me say tonight, doesn't matter. I loved in having each and every one of you here. I am grateful to each and every one of you for being here. Thank you to Hilton Airport, Charlotte Airport, for hosting the Bling Fest. They were so excited to host us. They were so friendly. They were just top notch customer service. That's all I kept hearing from everybody, of how friendly and how kind and how nice the customer service was at Hilton Charlotte Airport. So I want to definitely give a big, huge shout out and thank you to Hilton for that. Hilton, Holiday Inn for that. And aside from that, thank you to each and every last one of you that came. It was an honor, an absolute honor to host you here. Okay. So thank you. And I look forward to seeing you next year. Ain't no telling what kind of tricks I'm gonna have on my sleeve next year. I'm already planning, and the mister don't like it because I always overspend, but whatever, we'll get it worked out. So thank you. Thank you so very much. It's an honor to have you here with us tonight. And until the next time we see you all, we hope you have happy blinging. And also, I hope I can have a new Blingfest video too. That's also a goal, even though we didn't interview anybody this time, but we're going to work on a new promotional video for Blingfest. So be on the lookout for that. We'll see if we can't get that pulled off. At any rate, y'all have a good night. Bye. I'm going to bed. Okay. Bed. Bye, y'all.